What is up, my friends? We have finally got it. The first Arne Slot interview is in the bag, and I'm going to take you through the highlights of today's first chat with the new Liverpool head coach. I thought Peter McDowell, as always, did a fantastic job, and I'm going to do my best to give you guys the highlights and, of course, a bit of a reaction to Arne Slot's first interview as Liverpool head coach. As always, at Anfield Agenda, we want to know your thoughts, so do let us know in the comment section. Drop a like on the video if you enjoy it, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Now, I've got my own bit of good news, ladies and gentlemen. We have released 75 additional tickets because we've moved to a bigger theatre for a Liverpool show. We sold out yesterday. Now, delighted to say 75 more tickets are on sale, and I'm going to be joined on the night by Mr. Carl Porter, comedian extraordinaire and an all-around top guy. You can get your tickets with the link in the description of this video, or of course by scanning that QR code in the bottom corner. Right, I'll be back tonight, by the way, at 8:30 for a live show where we'll go through all of this and more and ask you guys for your take. But until then, you're going to have to make do with a couple of highlights from me and, of course, my own views on it. So, speaking about Jurgen Klopp and, of course, taking over from Kloppo, this is what Mr. Arne Slot had to say. I've seen a lot of games of Liverpool, a lot of games of City as well, and when you live in Europe, the Premier League is probably the nicest league to follow. So yes, he's done a tremendous job here, and I'm really happy that as a fan, but now as a successor, he left Liverpool in the best possible way. I think so. A very good team for the fans as well. I'm looking forward to it. He will go into more detail, and of course we will go into more detail, but I just want to talk about that for a second. If I can pull Arne Slot up on one small little thing, and I hope that people are saying this to him as well, is don't talk about a rivalry too much, Arne, with Manchester City, because there's no respect for them, fella. The rivalries with United, the detest, that's for City and Everton. Anyway, we move on, we digress. His tan game was on point. We got to start that, ladies and gents. Arne Slot's tan game was on point, and I'm very jealous. He looks healthy, he looks glowing, and he looks ready to go. He did say that he kept in contact with Richard Hughes all the way over the last couple of weeks through his holiday, and he was asked a pretty straightforward question that a lot of people get asked. Do you ever switch off? Did you have time to switch off? And he gave the answer I expected. No. Because you don't get to this man's point in life without being obsessive about it. And it was great and reassuring to hear that himself and Richard Hughes have indeed been on the phone talking about, obviously, the backroom staff he'd like to bring in, the type of players he'd like to bring in, his own methods and everything else that he needs to get ready for the new season. It was lovely finally seeing him in a Liverpool top, and of course you've probably seen the photos as well of him holding up the Liverpool shirt. He looks absolutely like he belongs there. Great to see. So, speaking about pre-season, this is what Arne Slot had to say. It's all about getting the players fit and getting your game idea, your model into the players. We've quite a lot of time with a few of them, and it depends how far the players will go in the tournaments, how much time we have to work with the rest of the players. He did also go on to say that obviously he hopes the Dutch contingent go really far and he doesn't get to see them because he wants them to go and obviously win the Euros. That being said, this is fantastic. You see him there now at Kirby, the AXA training facility behind him, in a Liverpool top, speaking to Mr. Peter McDowell. It's brilliant, and it's exactly what I think we needed. It all feels a little bit more real now, doesn't it, that Arne Slot has really arrived. Speaking about his own ideas, this is what he had to say. Short and sweet, by the way. I'll bring my own things to the table, and that's expected of me. So he knows he's walking into a club that have had success, and he wants to build on that success. One of the things that caught my eye in the interview was that he spoke about 82 points, what Liverpool finished up with last season, and wanting to go further than that, and not wanting to see Liverpool at third place in the table, or as far down as third come the end of the season. I love it. I love the ambition. Please keep it coming, Mr. Arne Slot. He went on to speak about his style of play, and he said the playing style will not be completely different, but it will be strange if we do exactly similar things, because although I'm a replacement of Jurgen Klopp, I'm not similar to him. He did go on as well to speak about the style of play that Liverpool fans expect, that Liverpool fans are used to. He said in the modern age, to be a top coach, you really have to have control of the ball and stuff like that, and control of possession in games, and it just made me again look forward to spotting these small little similarities, and of course the differences between the style of play we've become accustomed to with Jurgen and what Mr. Arne Slot is going to bring to the table. James Pearce has also been tweeting about it, and he said, as well as Sipke Hulshoff, his assistant, Ruben Peters, the performance coach, Arne Slot revealed that Fabian Ote is joining as Liverpool's goalkeeping coach, or head of goalkeeping coaches. Ote recently left Borussia Mönchengladbach to become the head coach of goalkeeping for the US Soccer Federation. So when he's finished with the Copa America and the USA, he'll be coming over to join up as Liverpool's head of goalkeeping. On recruitment, this is what Arne Slot had to say. This has been part of my time for the last 2 weeks, and he said that he's been speaking quite a bit with Richard Hughes. Now, interestingly, and I don't know if this is something or nothing, but he didn't really speak at all about speaking with Michael Edwards. It seems like all of his conversations, or most of them, have been with Richard Hughes, and that's not to be unexpected, I guess. Richard Hughes is the club's, well, it's his go-to, it's his superior. We know that Michael Edwards is CEO of all football operations. So, yeah, it's exciting times, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we will start to work towards, of course, transfers, and that'll be the next big questions that are getting aimed at Arne Slot as he starts to do more press conferences and that. But today is just welcome to the football club to Mr. Arne Slot. I'm not even going to try and pronounce how he likes his first name to be said, because I can't quite roll my tongue like Mr. Slot did. But it's just brilliant. I'm looking at a picture of him right now, standing there holding up the Liverpool home shirt, and honestly, it sends a shiver down my spine with excitement. We have 7 weeks to go until the Premier League is off and underway, which actually sounds like quite a bit of time for Arne Slot to be able to get to grips with the players, with the way he wants them to play, get working with them. Yes, some of these guys will be on international breaks and stuff with their teams in Euros and the Copa America, but until then, he does have players that he'll be working with, and it'll give him a little bit of time as well to put together a plan to how we can try to wrestle back that Premier League title, because that has to be the aim here. The new Champions League as well coming up next season, which will involve more games. Tonight I'll be taking you guys through why the AFCON could be causing a massive problem, not just for European clubs, but for FIFA in general. And also there have been a little bit of an update on Mohamed Kudus, to finish with a little bit of a transfer twist and maybe kind of wet the beak a little bit for tonight's stream. Mohamed Kudus is apparently wanted by Al Ittihad in Saudi Arabia, and well, we know that they have the money to trigger the release clause of £85 million. So this is definitely one that I think we're going to have to keep an eye on over the coming days and weeks, because he's a player that I and many other Liverpool fans would very much like to have at Liverpool. So, my friends, I think I've set us all nicely up for the 8:30 stream. I hope to see you here, because I've had a chance to give you guys my take on Arne Slot's first interview, but of course, I'm looking forward to getting to know your take. So we'll be live tonight at 8:30. I know Scotland are playing and a lot of people will be watching it, but this is the biggest day we've had all summer so far. So I'm looking forward to seeing your reactions, hearing your opinions. Let me know in the comment section. Drop a like on the video if you enjoy it. Most importantly, hope to see you guys back here tonight at 8:30, where we'll unpack it all together. We'll bring you all the latest quotes, and of course we will be talking big transfer stories as well. Much love, my friends. Enjoy your afternoon, and I'll catch up with you tonight. Bye bye.